What is up? What is up, reptile fans? Scott Borden here, the other half of Reptile Revolution Project, and I just want to take a minute and give you the rundown on who I am, a little bit of the history of where I started in the hobby. When I was a kid, my uncle was the one who taught me not to fear snakes, showed me how to catch my first milk snake in our yard and stuff like that. And then a few years later, my parents decided to bribe me, or bet me, but it was mostly a bribe, to do better in school. I'm trying to remember what grade it was, but I can't really recall. But I wasn't doing that great. But yeah, so they used a bribe. They tried money at first, but recently my brother had gone to the local exotic pet store with Cub Scouts, and I remember the picture of them all checking out ball python. So I told my parents, I said, hey, I'll do better in school if you let me get a pet snake. Well, I did better, and they kept their word. They got me ball python, and that was the end, as they say. It spiraled out of control, I guess. I don't think they would have it any other way, though, because honestly, this is my true passion, and they both my parents have told me how proud they are of me and what I've done in the hobby and stuff. But yeah, soon after I got my first ball python, I got the usual second snake. I got a red-tailed boa. Had that for a while. Boas never really stuck with me. Pythons always did. Over 20 years, I've never not had pythons. I've only had a handful of boas that I've kept for short periods of time. But so I got a boa and then an Irian giant carpet python. And since then, I've never not had carpet pythons in the collection. Mostly IJs and tons of jungles. I had a couple coastals, but I never really worked with them too much and never bred them, just IJs and jungles. And a turn for me was probably when I got my first white-lip python, a couple years after that, a couple years into keeping. Terrible idea. Don't ever do that if you're new or don't have experience, especially when you don't understand that there's wild-caught animals that come in. Not everything's a captive-born baby. Trust me when I say this thing was psycho. But it was fun. It was something different, and taught me a lot. And eventually, I had 3 floors of the house, all had animals on it. In my parents' house, bedroom was full of animals. The main floor of the house, I had a vivarium with a ball python, my original ball python, for a little while, and then I made that into a fish tank eventually. Or I put a fish tank there, I should say. And the basement, we had a finished room in the basement that I had the other half of my collection at eventually. Children's pythons down there, and a whole bunch of other stuff for a while. And then I kind of cut back. I kept just some jungles and my original ball python. And I took about a year off, or 2 maybe. And then it was kind of a burnout. But then it came back. I went to a local reptiles show, and wouldn't you know it, I started buying animals up again. And yeah, I'm trying to remember the order, but it's hard to remember now. A couple ball pythons, some carpet pythons ended up back here. White-lip pythons ended up back in the collection. Kind of a love-to-hate species. But eventually, down the road a little bit, I met my wife. We started dating. She really enjoys these animals. She didn't have anything when we met. But as soon as we started kind of either almost living together and eventually living together, I produced a ball python. That was her first snake. We still have that animal. And then she got her first gargoyle gecko shortly after that. And it kind of spiraled from there. Now we have a reptile room. 6 or 7 species of python I work with. She works with, I don't know, close to a dozen gecko species in the room now. We have a couple monitor lizards, a tortoise. We did have a frog for a few years, pretty cool frogs, but unfortunately they passed away. But yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell. Just the couple-minute intro. And so yeah, hope you guys will stick around for a few minutes. I'll show you a few of our individual animals, of some of the stuff we work with, and I hope you enjoy. So this is Mr. Creeper. He is one of the crested geckos we have here. He's a big boy, And he's called Mr. Creeper because he has the tendency to peek out from his cage in the absolute most creepiest ways possible. From the corner, just the eye. You come in the reptile room and there's just an eye in the corner over there, and it's his main girlfriend actually does the same thing, so we call her Mrs. Creeper. But interesting story about him. He actually came to us. It was a gift to me from my wife, and she ordered a few geckos, and I'm not going to say who, but someone shipped them out and did a really bad job during the cool time of year. And this one arrived dead, and Mr. Creeper here arrived barely alive, and I was at work, and she did an awesome job at getting them to come back. And see if you can just zoom in on him a little bit. And he's a character. He's one of the geckos in the room that you can just have on you, hang out. He'll just chill. But yep, this is Mr. Creeper, male crested gecko. He's a good boy. So one of the best parts about being married to someone who has become part of the hobby also is you get to have a lot of different animals in the reptile room that wouldn't necessarily be in here if it was just you, and you had to do all the work by yourself. But here is another animal of my wife's, and this is a Chihuahua gecko. I don't think it actually has an actual name, but this is her only one right now. I believe she's going to try and grow a little more than pair it up. But really cool looking gecko. Really interesting. Calm too, which is very nice when you have a lot of jumpy geckos in the room that have a couple calm ones. Another species from my wife's collection, gecko, little baby Lychee. It's the only one we have, but really cool geckos, man. Didn't know I would like them as much as I do until I got them. You know, they're cool in pictures, but when you actually have one, they're a real cool species to handle and see up close. Oop. But yep, Lychee gecko. You guys know what these are. This one's just a baby. It's gonna grow though. One of the funnest species in the room, Clemeridae geckos. So this is a fully bioactive vivarium, live plants, misting system, a lot of bamboo. It's a bamboo loving species, but super easy just to breed. They just reproduce all year, and we get a lot of babies a year out of them. That's the mother, an older juvenile. Not sure where the father is, but yeah, just a super fun species to work with. Perfect display species. If you guys are looking for something to have in a display vivarium, well lit, daytime species with lots of character, not scared to be out in the open, this is it. So this is cool. I didn't think I was going to be able to show you guys either of the scrub pythons because they were in her cage, and I'm really not messing with them unless they really give me an opportunity to remove him for a couple of days. She came off the perch, and it was around the back of the hide, tub, nest box, whatever you want to call it. He was inside it, so I took the opportunity to take that out, get him out, and I'm just going to separate them for a couple of days and probably put them back together midweek. They've been together quite a bit this year, more than last year. I'm just trying not to mess with them as much. Really just let them do whatever they do. But I've had him for a few years. This is my male Midas. And this is a good opportunity to show you guys kind of a size reference. Not huge like a lot of people think of scrub pythons. I keep these guys a little smaller even than other Moluccan keepers. And he's an adult, more than a few years old now. So is she actually. But yep, I'm just taking this opportunity to put him in his cage for a couple days. He'll be paired back up shortly. So I'm actually going to give you guys a little treat. I haven't messed with Persephone almost at all this season, and I'm going to take her out real quick just so I can get her hide, tub, nest box. These things are awesome. These are what I use for nest boxes, carpets, or really anything in big cages. Awesome totes, hole in the top, and they work really well as a perch and nest box or hide. So let me take her out quick, and you guys can check her out. here she is. This is the only time I've really messed with her yet this season, other than I think one other time when I separated Midas out. But this is the female Persephone, and I'm only doing this because I kind of want to get my hands on her belly and just see if I feel anything interesting. But general health check and stuff like that. But she's another good animal. As you can see, no aggression. There's not even any food response right now because of the time of year it is. But they're just such great animals. But I'm gonna go ahead and put her away because I don't want to mess with her too much. So I feel like it'd be a disservice if I didn't have at least one of these in the video. This is the species that most people know me for now. This is jungle carpet python. This is Ragnar. I produced him. He's a 2016 animal, and he is absolutely one of the tamest jungles I've had straight out of the egg. Super calm, has never offered to bite, but eats every single time. He's a really good boy. But yeah, this is the species most people know me for, maybe besides Moluccan scrubs. A lot of people think that this is a morph of a carpet, genetic mutation, but it's actually just subspecies. So I wasn't sure if I was going to take this animal out. This one's about to shed. Literally just came out of blue, and I can feel the skin's a little getting ready to come off. But real quick, I was giving a water change. I thought I'd pull this out. It's one of my 2 white-lipped pythons, and I don't want to hold them long. I want to put it back in, let it shed, but you can see the telltale white lips. It's a species I have worked with probably almost as long as carpet pythons, probably 18 years now, on and off. I've never produced them, but I just have kept them and worked with them. But I'm going to put this one back, let it shed. This is a fan favorite, green tree monitor. This is really my wife's animal. I have a black roughneck named Reaper. Some of you guys may have seen on Instagram, but this is our lone green tree. Pretty much my wife's animal. I think he's looking for some food. It's a male. It's an adult wild-caught male. Really cool. He's gotten used to us being in the room, and he doesn't run away too often anymore, but still will from time to time like he is now. But he's not freaking out, so that's always good. So this is Reaper, my black roughneck, and I'm trying to get a little video quick before he goes into like food kill mode, just to show you guys him. But he's really cool. It's a species that has been a favorite of mine for, Christ, like 15 years. I had one when I was much younger, and now that we own a house and I have the space in the basement, I had to get another one, and he's getting pretty big now. Cool lizard, man. Here we go. He wants food. So prehistoric looking. But yep, this is Reaper. I gotta feed him now. So there you have it, guys. Just a quick little look at a few of the individuals we have here. Like I said, there's a lot of jungle carpet pythons here and a lot of gargoyle geckos. That's my wife and I's our expertise, our focus. A lot of people already know I'm trying to work with a few other python species that are harder to read, but I only have pairs of any of those. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are enjoying the content me and Dan are putting out. Reptile Revolution Project. It's something that I think is going to be really fun. Dan and I come from different backgrounds. He has more educational. I just have more hobby-oriented and breeder-oriented experiences. And like I said, he's got educational, both schooling and he does education. And I think it's going to be a good mix, me and him doing this. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys will hit the subscribe button, support us. That's what means the world to us. We just want to get the word out on these great animals and push the respect for them, the education on them, and show you guys what we love. So if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button. Check us out on Instagram and anywhere else on social media. Thanks, guys.